Welcome to the Golden Valley Light Railway video platform. This is a restoration blog video. Baby Jane Restoration Blog. Number 9, May 2024. At the end of the previous article, it was noted that there was a problem with the brake, so this is where I started my next session of further work. It had been seen that it did not work very well and needed investigation, and probably remedial work, so the mechanism was removed from the loco. I took the whole assembly home to my workshop and proceeded to fully disassemble it. When inspected, it was clear that it had not been working properly, as one of the brake shoes was unworn and had not been contacting the drum at all. Also, the brake spring rod was found to be rusty and seized, plus the holes in the brake lever pivot plate were found to be very worn. The egged-out holes in the plate would need to be repaired and new pins sourced. The problem with the worn pins and egged-out holes can be seen here. No wonder the second shoe did not move. All the movement was taken up by the slack. It was found that the pins were the same size as used on a Massey Ferguson tractor, so were easily obtained. I next set about making the holes the correct size for the pins. This was to be done by welding a nut into the plate and then drilling out to the correct size. I first opened out the holes and ground a chamfer on the edges, then drove the nuts in and welded them into position on both sides of the plate. The plate was then ground and filed flat before the holes were drilled out to the correct size for the newly acquired pins. The same process was used upon the brake lever, and once completed it was all painted and reassembled. Upon consulting the brake section in the operator's manual, it could be seen that to correctly adjust the brakes, an adjustment stop screw was to be used. This was found to be missing from Baby Jane, along with its bracket. I measured the mounting holes and worked out where the screw needed to sit so a drawing could be produced. I then made a new bracket from a piece of angle iron that was procured from the scrap pile. Here it is on my bench at home, ready for fitting and testing. Upon my next visit to the running shed, the whole system was assembled and set as described in the adjustment procedure in the operator's manual. Now, when operated, it was pleasing to see both shoes move and make contact with the drum. It was as good as new. Next, I cleaned out and primed the inside of the battery box, and a hole was made for the charger connector by chain drilling the curves and using a slitting disc on an angle grinder, followed by lots of filing. The battery retainers were also fitted. Once all the drilling and fitting out was done and a trial fitment was successfully completed, all the batteries, charger, hold-down clamps and connector were removed, and the inside of the box was painted with an acid-proof bituminous paint. Now completely reassembled, the loco can be easily charged by just plugging into a 240-volt supply with a commando connector as seen here. Next to do, the provision has been made for the incorporation of a relay-operated interlock that stops locomotive movement when plugged in. The fitting of this in the control box will be started soon, along with the manufacture of a dipstick, currently missing, for the final drive gearbox, plus the task of the remanufacture of the seat. Details of these in the next article. That concludes this restoration blog. Please consider to like this video by checking the thumbs up symbol. You may want to subscribe to the channel to see further episodes and other content on the GVLR video platform.